Okay, let's talk about toxic mom groups. Now, this story has also been floating around for a while, and it began when Ashley Tisdale wrote sort of an op-ed like, here's why I'm leaving my mom friend group.
Yeah, she wrote it back in November on her blog or her website, and then it got picked up by The Cut.
Who is Ashley Tisdale again?
So she is a singer, but I know her from High School Musical.
That's how you know her, yeah.
Okay.
And she was on The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Yeah, I don't know her from that. But she's one of those people who, she was like kind of the mean girl on High School Musical.
True.
And she's got, you might recognize her actually. Put up a picture of Ashley Tisdale, maybe like a before and after, because she's very like kind of normal looking now. Like she just looks like she could be your mom.
And she hasn't really been in anything.
When you say that, you mean she's not as hot as she used to be?
No, I mean
looking?
that she's not put, like when she puts it all together and walks a red carpet, like she looks
glam.
She's very glam. She has a very distinctive nose.
Yeah. Oh, she's really pretty.
That's how I know her.
She's very pretty.
The one with the nose. But she's gorgeous.
She is. She's gorgeous. But then here, look at this picture of her, where she just kind of looks like a normal, nice lady that you could meet in nature.
Okay. In nature.
Yeah. She, naturally occurring.
At the park in LA.
Sure. And actually, that's, where they were all hanging out. So she was in this mom group. And in this mom group, there's a bunch of moms, actually. But there are famous moms in it, too. Like Mandy Moore's in it.
Hilary
Duff. And Meghan Trainor. Are they the only other famous ones?
I think there's a influencer. What's Gabby Cooking or something like that. But I don't know her. And some other non-famous moms, yeah.
Okay, so they all have kids around the same age, yes.
Okay, that was the question that I had, which is the mom group definition would be moms with kids the same age, and they're all sort of seeing each other at school, at play dates, things of that nature.
Exactly.
We have the same thing at our house.
Yes. Some of my best friends are from my mom group when my kids were little.
Absolutely, that's what I thought of as well. That's where Marianne comes from, right?
No, I knew Marianne from because of Wonder Red 5.
Oh.
But Sherry, I met because we both had kids.
Got it, okay.
So Ashley Tisdale writes this piece where she's saying that, I broke up with my mom group because it felt like high school. So she went on to give a little more detail on this. And it's funny because I just kind of ignored this story. I was like, who cares about Ashley Tisdale's mom group? But Bob said, no, it's interesting. And it is kind of true because we have watched people get mad about being excluded from things or people friend hopping. Like when you're in a group, you feel like when the group does something and you're not invited, that's a snub. That's a slight. Like, am I in this group or not? And maybe they say, oh, well, it was only 4 of us that went, or it's, whatever their excuse might be. So she said she felt like she was back in high school. Initially, she felt lucky to find a group of women going through the same stuff as her because they had all been through the early pandemic when you're a new mom and you're stuck in the house with a kid and you have no friend moms. This is when you're taking your kid out to the park. You're meeting other moms. So she said, finally, we were able to get together. Our kids were able to be together and it all felt right. And then she said, so initially she's like, I found my village. And then things took a turn because she started realizing she was being left out of some group hangs and she'd find out about them on Instagram and Facebook. Like, have you ever been someplace and everybody there's going, don't post anything about this on Facebook. Don't post about this. Don't post about this. Don't post about this because they're worried about one person finding out and lighting their house on fire?
No, I'm not 14.
I'm not involved in anything like that at all. I've heard things where you go and see a movie and you're not supposed to spoil it or you're not supposed to. But no, I
have definitely heard from people, please don't post me. Please don't tag me, because I don't want this other person who's becoming a problem to know that I'm at this thing and that they're not.
When I went to, there was a neighbor that we had who was just filthy rich in LA, and they just had money just blow. They had a first birthday party for their son at the Beverly Hills Hotel. It had to be a $75,000, $100,000 party. I mean, it was just amazing. And that was one of the rules is like, if you're at the party, don't post anything because some of the parents were famous and They just didn't want people going around and taking pictures and posting. And
Well, that I can kind of see,
Yeah.
right? You know, you don't, because that's another thing. When you post, if you post right then and you let your location
People know where
show,
they are.
now people know where Alexander Skarsgård and his 1-year-old are.
Mm-hmm.
If he even has one of those. But she's basically saying, I was starting to feel frozen out from the group, noticing every way that they seemed to exclude me. She tried not to take it personally. People are allowed to get together without me.
True.
But then I guess she was invited to a dinner party where not only was she was feeling iced out, but they seated her like as far away as she could be on all the girls are down one end of the table and she's like at the far end of the other end.
I get that feeling. Somebody does have to sit on the end, though, right?
Yeah.
Of the table. Not everyone can be in the middle. That's where I sit.
In the middle.
Yeah.
I just,
kidding.
the way she describes it, it's that they were all down at one end and then they put her,
Like the husbands and then her?
Yes.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
So
I
she wrote this herself for what reason?
Because she was leaving the group and how hard it was. She's questioning, why do we have such a hard time leaving a toxic group? So I
Is
guess
it an article in a magazine
no,
as well?
it's just
It was just her blog, but it is an
It got
article in a
picked up
magazine
and-
now. It's in the cut.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Keep going.
Hilary Duff's husband had a couple things to say about this.
And he's kind of known for
I don't know
sharing his
anything
opinions on the
about
internet.
him.
He is a music producer.
His name's Matthew Coma.
I thought she was married to a hockey player.
She was.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is a new husband.
This is a new husband,
Oh.
and she has like 3 or 4 kids with this new husband, and she has
Ooh.
1 kid with the hockey player.
Okay.
They're all beautiful blonde kids. But she, what were we talking about?
That you were saying he's outspoken.
So, like, for example, a few years ago, he went on this tirade on Instagram calling out Zed, who's like a big music artist, an EDM artist, for like how he didn't give him credit for like a song that he worked on, yada yada. So he's known for talking out loud on his Instagram, like sharing whatever he thinks.
So he made up a fake headline where he said, because he poked fun at Ashley Tisdale's, they call it here an essay. So I guess when you take a blog off of a blog, it becomes an essay. And I guess it got run in something called The Cut, which I do.
is known for
Yeah.
doing kind
Yeah.
of like topical, feminine essays like this.
So he made fun of this by creating a mock headline that read, when you're the most self-obsessed tone-deaf person on earth, other moms tend to shift focus to their actual toddlers. So he's called, and it's funny because I'm a total outsider on this. I don't know what happened with this, but honestly, when people start to ice you out, it might be you.
Right. And that's what's so interesting about this and why I thought we should talk about it is because the internet has actually been kind of reasonable on this versus like everyone joining Ashley Tisdale's side or everyone being on Hilary Duff and Meghan Trainor's side of like, who's the mean girl? It's like, well, sometimes like you just don't really fit in a group,
Right.
you know? Like if you're the only one who's not really coexisting, maybe you don't belong in that group.
415 says the theory is that Ashley is MAGA. Hillary cut off her sister Haley because she's MAGA, and the mom group is outspokenly liberal. My friend works for Mandy Moore, and I said she's lovely. And 415 says, I'm very invested in this drama.
Yes. Well, Ashley Tisdale, when Charlie Kirk was killed, did post a little something on her story saying, like, violence is never the answer. But her publicist has come out and been like, she's a registered Democrat. This has nothing to do with MAGA. But maybe at least there is a little bit of different viewpoints that are
and
contributing to the
that's-
vibe being off.
Yes, that can be expected in a large group of people. Everybody's got their own ideas about stuff. But it sounds like this is, the ice out's been going on for a while. And sometimes you're exhausting to be around. And him saying, and just focus on your kids in his headline that he created. This is Hilary Duff's husband who had to join the fray. Sometimes you're just not a good fit, and maybe that's going to be the thing that's hard for her to accept.
And then just yesterday, Ashley Tisdale's husband chose not to engage by posting on his story saying, it's up to you whether or not you choose to engage. Which, by the way, Mr. Tisdale, that's engaging.
Yeah.
just so you know.
When you say
I'm not
Mr.
engaging
Tisdale.
publicly.
You know what
Sir Tisdale.
I'm sort of missing here, and maybe the reality is these are famous women. They have big names. Everyone sort of invested because they like one or the other, or don't
everybody
like.
loves Hilary Duff, just so you know. Like, she is a princess.
Oh.
Everybody
Oh,
loves
I
her.
didn't
loves
know
her.
that.
I
Yes.
did not know that.
What do they love so much about
That
her?
she is a child star who has successfully transitioned to being a normal adult. She still posts, she still acts, she's public, but she is very normal. People love that about her.
Okay. What I was going to say is a lot of moms are desperate for help. Desperate. Like
and company, adult conversation.
Yes, and so there's a lot more depth to most of these mom groups in that there's a mom in that Christina's friends with our kids love each other, and there are times when she will come get our kid and let those two kids play, and Christina is desperate to get some work done. Like it is, I have to work. I have meetings. People are living for this help. And in this case, it sounds like they're ornamental at best. They're not in need of any help. They've got money and they've got probably help, nannies and things. But most mom groups are like life or death.
I will say that, and it's been a long time since I was like, we're going to be in a mom group. There were people who I was like, no, I'm not going to go have margaritas after drop off. Like that's not, no. And, or, right. We'd all pick our kids up and we'd all be hanging out on the playground after school. And then, it's Margarita Wednesday. I'm like, is it though? Because I really feel like it's just a Wednesday and we've got our kids with us. Like you've got to pick and choose who's in your mom group. I mean, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Margarita Wednesday. Find your people, but not everyone wants to be in that group.
707, mom groups are toxic AF. I was in one years ago with my now 15-year-old. I was outed because I gave my daughter goldfish and a juice box at the park. Oh, the horror.
I did have someone in a mom group that I'm still friends with this person, but we had stopped at McDonald's on our way to the whatever thing we were doing at the zoo. It was like one of those events they do there. The SF Zoo. It's awesome. And on the way, we stopped at McDonald's. I'm like, I got to feed the kids. It's got to happen. So when we got to the place, there's the bags and where we get out. And we fed the kids at McDonald's. And the one mother, whose name I won't say, it's Marilee. She goes, I would never give my kids McDonald's. And I was like, oh, good for you,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that should even cut. Like, that's just okay, that's your thing.
Yeah.
I remember we took our kids to Disneyland, and someone we know was like, I would never let my daughters see that princess stuff because it's terrible for their... And I was like,
okay.
Yeah, you can have that opinion.
Yep.
We're going to Disneyland, though. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Like, that shouldn't even cut. You can have that opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Zero.
Wait, she's one of my best friends.
Yeah, it means zero.
She also gets really mad when I use nonstick pans and black utensils.
Oh, boy.
Remember, I think you were the one who told me about the black utensils.
And then there were stories saying that none of that's fact, but whatever.
We're out of time, Ben. What's coming up?
What?
I know.
Did we even get to the bottom of it?
No, we did. We did get to the bottom. I feel like we covered that, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, we
now
covered
you're
it.
up to date. So if there's a cat fight, you'll know all the players.
So just to be clear, the mom group continues and Tisdale's out hunting for a new one.
That sounds
Correct.
like she wants a new friend group. She's probably looking for some margarita moms. I don't know. I make that assumption about her, but
I have a
maybe.
feeling this isn't the end of the story. I think there's more to come.
Sarah and Vinny on Alice.
Have a very nice day at work.